Did you hear about Flappy Bird? They took it off the App Store because there was a guy who got so mad playing it that he killed himself.
Ready?
Bruh.
I'm gay.
All right, what's up? That's the combo we usually do on the way in.
I love the soundboard. The soundboard is so fucking cool.
Oh, it was the biggest selling point for us. Like, not even the good audio. It was like, dude, and you can have like 8 pages. We only have like 3. But you can have like 8 pages of sound
Oh, that's
clips.
so awesome.
Yeah.
So one day we'll get that. Mike, this is your get. You wanna
Yeah.
introduce-
So this is
I'm Luke Dolan. I'm a comedian in Baltimore. That's pretty much it. Friend of you guys, I'd say. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
hit him with some drops. All right, wrong one.
It's really risky putting those two next to each other.
I know. I'm starting to think he did that on purpose.
The crickets after me being like, I'm a comedian.
We've done that before where like Max has told like a really long-winded story and Mike will just look at me and be like, and just the crickets will hit. Last episode you were like, all right, let me tell a quick story on the way out. And we were like 20 minutes later and you were like, fuck you. And then it was like 15 minutes later, you're like, all right, you were
Yeah,
right.
you're right. I shouldn't have told this.
We were like one quick story on the way out.
Yeah.
There was a point in time when I had like a soundboard app on my phone and I would like hang out with all my friends and they would like say something and I'd do like crickets or I'd do like a fucking like bruh. And it got to the point where people got so annoyed with it that they were like, you need to fucking get rid of that app.
Do you guys remember the T-Pain app? The
Yeah.
like soundboard thing?
yeah.
Absolutely. Remember when people had like the gun apps and they would just be like, for some reason in class, just like firing a
Well, that's
gun?
what I was gonna say.
Like, what is
I
happening?
miss like OG iPhone apps like the beer. Like, you guys remember that? Like,
When they told me to get rid of the soundboard app, I was like, okay, I'll get something better. And I got like the gun app, the lighter app, the beer app.
remember when like the flashlight thing was like an app that you had to get for your phone?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I
cool.
remember that.
Let's bring back like the 3GS, the iPhone 3GS.
Do you remember the old YouTube logo where it was like the little like brown TV?
Yeah, brown TV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Dude. There's probably people out there that still have like an iOS installed, like an old ass one
Oh,
with
yeah, of
all
course.
these things.
Yeah.
A relic of the past.
Yeah.
Well, they've been selling like I've seen like on some of those auctions like the original iPhones for like tens of thousands of dollars, which is really crazy if it's in like regular condition, not like just.
That's
like,
kind of
used.
crazy. Remember
Damn.
when
it's weird.
people had Flappy Bird on their
I
phone?
was literally
Oh, yeah.
They were like, "Yo, they took it off the App Store. I'm selling my phone for like $10,000."
Dude, I literally had like a Ponzi scheme. I had like an old iPod Touch. I was just installing it on all of them. And I was like, I'm flipping this on eBay if they take it off.
I had a day the other day at work where I was so high that I looked at Brendan and I was like, I feel like I'm in that. You remember that game? I was like in high school where you like ran through a temple. It was like
Temple
fucking
Run?
Temple Run, and I was like, yeah, I'm at work high as shit, just feeling like I'm in Temple Run right
Yeah,
now, trying to figure
yeah.
I
stuff
love
out.
Temple Run.
I got Temple Run 2 on my phone right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
There's a 2? There's a sequel?
Yeah.
Is there skins?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I remember.
And I bought one. So.
Respect.
I
honestly.
remember when Temple Run first came out, like everyone was like going crazy with it. And they're like, oh, I have the high score, I have the high score. And then people got a hack on it that just made you run forever. And everyone was like, no one's better at Temple Run than me. It's like, dude, you're not even playing the fucking game. You're just watching a video.
You
of
got the
Temple.
Forrest Gump mod.
Yeah.
I feel like people we know would probably have done that.
No, Mike, I was about to say, here's a core memory. Do you remember, this is a deep cut, Temple Run had just come out. We were at Otto Barrow's The Pianos Become the Teeth lack long after CD release. And we were just sitting up at the top during the whole show, just playing, like trying to Temple Run high score the entire time. Like, Balance Composer's playing, we're all just like,
That's so awesome. Just imagine being like a band. They're like, this is a very special show for us. And you guys are just like, just got my high score. Let's fucking go.
and our friend Jimmy has like no self-awareness and like mid-set was like, yes. And it was like an in-between of a song and they were like tuning and we were just like, oh.
Were you guys Flappy Bird fans?
Oh yeah, big Flappy Bird fan.
yeah.
Dude, Fruit Ninja.
Oh, hell yeah. Did your school have the thing where, like, when Flappy Bird got taken off the App Store, like, this kid came up to me in middle school, was like, yo, like, did you hear about Flappy Bird? They took it off the App Store because there was a guy who got so mad playing it that he killed himself.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I was like, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I remember remember hearing that.
Also, like if that happened due to Flappy Bird, like that was coming down the pipeline regardless.
Yeah.
of
That's
Flappy
just the
Bird.
straw that broke the camel's back at that point.
I think I heard that, or it was another one where like he got like somebody like fucked up his high score and he like killed his sister or something like that. Like,
This may have happened many times. It's many Flappy Bird related homicides.
I'm glad Chris Benoit wasn't around when Flappy Bird was a thing.
Dude, we were playing this game last night where it was like they gave you a prompt and you had to like respond with a GIF.
Yeah.
And it was like when your significant other binges the show without you, and I just responded with Chris Benoit, like walking through. Let me grab my drink.
Oh my god,
dude.
Were you guys Chris Benoit fans like before the whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Chris
I have an
Benoit-
action figure of him still.
Chris
Really?
Benoit he did a horrible thing, but
Top 5 wrestler of all time. Is what
yeah, one of the best wrestlers to ever walk onto the.
It's a shame.
Yeah. My parents have a friend that like it's a dead ringer for Chris Benoit. Like I showed my dad Chris Benoit and he was like, that looks just like Mr. Bob. And I was like, I know, right?
Check on his family.
That's like the worst celebrity you can look like. I know. Yeah, I can't imagine looking like Chris Benoit. People are like, you look like that one guy who's like the guy that killed his whole family.
Dude, I get that all the time. People are like, you look like somebody that kidnapped kids in the 90s. And I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I had a lady, legitimately the other day, she came in and she was like, I don't mean any offense by this. And I was like, hit me with it. She was like, you look like a hipster Jeffrey Dahmer. And I was like, the fuck out of here.
I know. I have the worst one. My uncle
God,
at Christmas was like, you know who you look like, Kyle? Like, who do you usually get? And I was like, people told me Post Malone randomly. I was like, the one that I like is Q from Impractical Jokers. Like, I'll fuck with that one. He was like, nah, you look like Chum Lee. And then I was at work the next day, and this guy came in to fix our printer. And he was like, anyone ever tell you look like that guy from Pawn Stars? And I was just like, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
I like Pawn Stars. I fuck with that show.
Dude, Pawn
I
Stars
get a YouTube hole at work of 60 days in and Pawn Stars highlights.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
60
yeah.
Days In is a top tier show for
It's
me.
like top 5 fights of season 4.
The first time I ever watched it, we were doing something with music, I think, and I was really fucking high, and that show scared me so bad. To
What is 60 Days In?
It's like where people
Go
who-
undercover in jail.
Oh, that's
Yeah, like
awesome.
people volunteer to go to the worst prisons possible so the prisons can like monitor what's happening like in the cell.
And they say that they're doing like a documentary.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they have cameras.
But like
But it's actually like 4 people that are just like rats.
It's so scary. It's so scary.
There-
but now I love it. I
Yeah,
love
it's great.
watching fight compilations from
yeah.
60 Days In. It's awesome.
So good.
there's one dude I watched an episode where he actually became like the boss of like the cells
I
after
think
like
I know who
30
you're talking
or
about,
40
yeah.
days.
Like the Hispanic guy?
Yeah. And he's just like mean dogging and I was like, what the fuck? This guy
He's
was
over here
just like
mad
working at
dogging fools?
Subway and
Yeah.
now he's out there mad
Well,
dogging.
he was like in jail for 20 years and was like an
Oh, okay. So
ex-gangbanger.
he's like real.
But he was like, it's making me go back to my old tendencies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can imagine being in jail.
It's like making wine in his toilet.
Me and my girlfriend always say when we watch it, we're like, how many days could you last? I'm like, dude, like 3 hours.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, they leave the lights on all night in jail. That would drive me crazy.
That's terrible. I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah, I need darkness like on a normal day. I can't
Really?
have.
I'm a
lights on.
TV guy. I keep the TV on in the background.
Yeah,
I
you're
like
not getting
it.
TV in jail.
I like.
If you're there long enough and good long enough, I hear they give Netflix now. Which is
Oh,
fun.
okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like a
I
thing.
will say, there's a lot of people on TikTok that show up on my
Yeah.
For You page that
Have fun.
have TikToks in jail.
Dude, I just thought about inmates being really mad about the password sharing thing with Netflix. Yeah. Just like all of them have one account, but if they fuck that up,
Yeah.
just like, dude, some dude
Well,
gets
no,
shanked
it's
over
the-
a Netflix password.
It's the same IP.
True. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Damn.
They did that strictly for prison reform.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Prison reform by like the new season of You.
Everyone in jail is watching The Last of Us right now. They're like, I want to play the game when I get out.
They had to skip episode 3.
Yeah. They're like, hey, yo.
Yo!
Speaking of TV, when we were kids, like 13 or 14, when I would spend the night at Mike's house, he would do this insane psycho thing where he would leave the TV on like 2 volume and go to the brightness and turn it all the way down. And we would just fall asleep to like faintly like The Nanny or George Lopez in the background with like the slightest glow of the TV.
Dude,
every single night.
I still do that. I still do that.
great.
Really?
But I have
To
it on,
this
I
day?
have, yeah, so I have like my TV on a timer, and like I'll fall asleep to the noise,
Yeah.
and then
Like a sleep
and then
timer.
it just goes off, and then it's pitch black, and then I fall
Yeah.
asleep.
Do you guys all need TV to sleep?
I'm a TV to sleep person. I don't know. I used to sleep in my living room because I was like scared of the dark when I was a kid. And the thing is, I'm not scared of the dark anymore. But like it like conditioned me. I guess.
You're really funny.
really great. I know
Doubt
somebody
it.
that's scared of the dark
Doubt
still.
You have a nightlight?
No, I don't have a night. We have like I don't know. I live with my partner and we have like nice like lighting. Like everything has
Did
like
you
a
have nice
colored
lighting in your
theme or
apartment?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it green, purple, blue?
A lot of what we
got a lot of
it
disco
depends
balls?
on, yeah, it depends on the night. Yeah, we do have a lot of disco balls and everything. But it's recently it's been like a pale green and like blue type thing, so it feels like you're underwater a little bit. It's kind of cool.
Nice.
That's pretty sick. I
good
have
vibe.
one lamp in my room, and it's a giant like chicken. It's like it's the body of a
That
chicken,
rules.
and then just a giant lampshade.
That's fucking amazing.
That's why when I came over here, I was like, "Oh my god, the lighting in here is amazing."
Dude, okay, so what me and,
IKEA shout out.
right, me and Brendan used to live in a house together in Parkville. Brendan that lives in the basement that we talked about earlier. But
Yeah.
and
Dude,
I gave-
that house had the craziest lighting.
I was about to talk about that because when we moved into the house, my girlfriend was like, "Hey, go get furniture for the house, just something for the time being."
Yeah.
And she sent me and my friend Brian, who are just the most chaotic people possible, to go find furniture for some reason.
Sure.
So we ended up with a couch that had like giraffes and like elephants on it.
Oh yeah.
That everybody hated. We ended up
I like
with
that couch.
I know I loved it, but everybody else hated it. And then we ended up with a lamp that I called the questionable lamp because it was a giant gold eagle with like all black and red everything adorned all over it, and,
like
with like a black and red lampshade. That
Like
Oh,
a
that
giant
sounds so
iron cross.
badass.
But Brendan, for some reason, it was the only lamp he had in the basement. So when you would go into the basement to meet with Brendan, we would do music stuff with random people down there sometimes. We just had a questionable lamp.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. That was the only
Dude,
lamp.
you had to
Mixed vibes.
Dude, your eyes had to adjust so hard going down the basement.
If someone was like, you have to get intense seasonal depression and mold poisoning by the end of the day, that's just instantly a distraction. Just go straight there.
The bathroom in the basement was atrocious because it had carpet on the floor, and you know there's water splashing all over that carpet.
Oh.
It was disgusting.
I got a couple of
dude.
splashes.
It was shag carpet.
Damn,
Forgot to
you
mention
had carpet in the bathroom?
Yeah, yeah.
What the who designed that?
that. Parkville, dude. Fucking-
I'm about to move to Parkville.
yeah, dude. It's honestly, I love living there, but that carpeted bathroom like haunts my nightmares.
Dude,
haunts my
that
nightmares.
was the coolest and also scariest bathroom I've ever been in.
That house was chaotic.
I had to take a couple like quick fear poops in there because it was just the vibes were off.
Or it's either the carpeted bathroom or the teal bathroom. You got one or the other.
The teal bathroom was fine.
Those are-
I love a teal bathroom.
Yeah.
The carpet bathroom is
Questionable.
you had to be like really on one to go use the carpet bathroom.
Yeah.
I used to take if I had a crazy shit I knew was gonna happen, and there wasn't any toilet paper upstairs because I was too lazy to find it. I would go to Brendan's bathroom and take just gnarly shits in there because there was a breeze. So in summer there'd be a breeze coming through the window, and because that window it was a shitty Parkville house. The window was just like whatever, and you would take a shit and there'd be a breeze that would hit your neck, and you'd be like ooh, and you'd be it was so
Like
good.
your nuts get kind of scrumpy.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of which, not really, but Max, I see that you have a gift bag here.
I
You
do,
wanna-
yeah.
Oh,
So
gift
it's
bag.
our
Wanted to get
first
into that.
it's our first guest, and
Yeah.
I wanted to make
Hell
sure
yeah.
that we had
This
gifts.
works good. It's going to be episode 10 guests.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
things lining up at
And
the
the thing
same
is,
time.
I think not to not make you feel special, but I think I'm going to do this for everybody because this was kind of fun. Because we don't like I basically am just meeting you, so like
Yeah.
I don't really have a background of like what you like or anything. So I just was like, what could I put in this? So I don't know. Just check
All
it
right.
out. See what's
I'm
up.
excited for
I
this.
don't really have a preamble for it. But I went to my corner store and saw there was a new wrap snack that came out, so I grabbed those for you.
What's
The Lil Durk rap snack. That's awesome.
Okay. So yeah, keep digging. There's some good stuff in there. So I got you some whatever Nevermind booty shorts.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid.
I'm going to wear these.
Hell yeah.
That rules.
Some product placement.
Yeah, they're great. There is a Lucy Black and Mild in there.
Oh, I'm smoking this after the show tonight.
Wine wood tip. Apparently, Kyle said one episode that everybody gets to smoke one Black and Mild in this house. So, you know.
Yeah, you could
I don't know if that's going to be.
You can redeem it. It's like a coupon. And then some gum for after the Black and Mild. You got it.
Hell yeah.
Or the chips and the Black and Mild. You got it covered.
Chips in the black and mild. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate
Wow,
it.
man.
Of course,
Big time.
yeah.
That was a great spread.
Yeah, I don't really like smoking like at all.
Yeah.
Like I've smoked a cigarette one time and it was a horrible experience
Yeah.
for me. I like
Well, now you can stand outside the show with it in your ear.
You be that guy.
I have a show at Zizmo's tonight. I might just bring it on stage with me and have it in my ear.
Just with the plastic still on.
Yeah, keep the plastic.
Yeah, that'd be
Or
awesome.
just like chew on it.
It's me, 2 other comics, and then like an improv troupe.
Hell yeah.
I might give like the improv troupe the black and mild.
You should straight up smoke the Black and Mild on stage, and then the whole night, everybody's like, why the fuck does this smell like a Black and Mild on the stage? That's amazing.
I always joke about that. Like, you know how Dave Chappelle does the thing where he's like, I'm going to get on stage, talk for 3 hours, smoke a cigarette. I'm like, what if I just started doing that at open mics where no one was there?
Yeah, just straight up, just talking for hours straight. That'd be hysterical.
Yeah. I never run the light at an open mic. Usually it's, if it's going for late, you just get off. I never want to fucking, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Are there comics that do that?
That run the light? Oh, yeah. But they're usually killing. So it's like, it doesn't really matter.
They're just like, yeah. It's like when you play with a band and they're like doing really well and you're like, they're over, but also this song is fucking sick. So like,
Yeah.
whatever. Let's just let it roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish they did like, you know how they'll do like one more song.
One more joke.
One more joke.
Fun fact: I did see Louis before he had all that shit happen.
What happened to him?
Please explain exactly what happened. Draw a
All
picture.
right.
I heard about this actually.
So I saw him, and it was like the special taping for the last one that he put out.
Yeah.
And he literally did an encore. Like,
Really?
He finished the special, walked off stage.
Yeah.
The camera shut off, and then he walked back on stage. And he was like, "All right, I'm gonna do 30 more
I'm
minutes."
curious.
He's like, now
what
I'm
did-
going to say the really racist stuff.
It wasn't, but what did he come back on and do? Like classic bits or like just
No,
something,
he just did like
something
he
different?
was in a theater in Washington
Just
D.C.
actually
just
curious.
working shit out, like new shit.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I
That's
saw
cool.
I saw Dave Attell and he did a standing ovation, but he came out and flipped everyone off and did like a real quick like joke. It was just like fuck you and laughed.
That's
It was
awesome.
so good.
That's the way to do it.
I'm seeing Dave Attell in 2 weeks. He's at Magoobies in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I was gonna go to that, but I have a show that night, and actually Fiddlehead's playing at Otto.
Oh, the real? I didn't get to.
They sold out before.
Was it the Angel Dust?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They sold
Angel
out
Dust
before I
and
could do it, yeah.
Fiddlehead.
Dude,
and
that shit
Brad.
sold out so fast.
It did. Well, that's like hype bands. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're cool bands, but like that is like.
I just want to see Pat Flynn live, yo. Like,
Yeah, he's cool.
Facts.
Pat Flynn's cool.
Did you guys go to the Half Heart reunion?
No.
I went and it was awesome. The first night was so sick, and we were like walking out and walking back to our hotel. And me and my friend were like, "This is so awesome! This was the greatest show ever." And there was this guy next to us, and he was like, "Yo, the show was cool, but I didn't understand all the fucking politics that was going on."
Classic.
So good.
And like, all Pat Flynn said was, "Yeah, kids probably shouldn't be in cages. That shouldn't be a thing." And the guy was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck, man? I don't understand this."
It's kind of the funniest thing was when people would get super into politics at like local shows with like 4 people there, and there's like, this is for the moshers that don't believe that like a Cheeto should be a president. All right, here's a fucking breakdown, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ. I mean, and who cares? Like whatever. Like that's a big part of the type of music a lot of us listen to, but it's just like like place and time, dude. Like,
We played this show in Frederick. I'm not going to give too many descriptors for this, and it was, you know, we were headlining, and it was like a pretty good crowd. It was like we were getting ready to go on like our first tour, and it was like the kickoff thing for it. And you know, we were looking around. We were like, all right, Frederick's kind of like a little bit farther away. You know, decent crowd or whatever.
Right.
And the band that played before us totally overtly went into that, and I've never seen a room clear as fast as that I've ever seen. And we were just so demoralized.
It was so uncomfortable for everybody involved, and
like you could see people giving each other
honestly,
looks like the fuck.
I would have referenced the band if I didn't respect at least like one or two of the members in it. But like, it was kind of funny because like now all the stuff that's happened recently, it's like I was like, should we start something? Because then we could get like a whole cavalcade of like teenage girls to attack us, which would be hilarious to me. They'd be like, no.
We're about to hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, so that might put us over the edge.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
Something that on our YouTube that I want to bring up is we posted a clip of Nickelback. I was talking about Nickelback on the last episode.
I saw that.
Oh my
And there was some discourse in the YouTube comments that I want to, and between the YouTube and the TikTok comments, there was some discourse. Let me grab my phone real quick.
Oh my God, they're so good. We're starting to get comments that are like, you can
really?
actually engage with. They're great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling people to keep bringing the comments.
What were people saying about Nickelback? Were they shitting on them or like?
I mean,
There
no.
were some full-blown Nickelback apologists.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh hell yeah!
A lot of
There's,
that, which is
There's
good to
this
see.
one that just really I love.
because we all just wanna be big rock stars.
got a lot of engagement. I really
I
liked
love that
it.
song. That song is
Dude,
so awesome.
That's what I said in the clip.
Dude, you know what? Also,
the more I listen to it, the
Yeah.
more I like it.
dude, Animal is also a sick song. He's like, yo, behind me on the seat. Got your head
right.
between my knees. Sick song, dude.
So, I'm not want to assume anything. Levi Hendricks said Nickelback has always been good music.
Ooh.
This one I loved. This guy, Sear, said, "Figured You Out" by Nickelback, banger, don't care.
Don't care.
Don't care.
And I replied, I said, honestly, respect.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Nickelback fans do have it kind of rough because like their band became a meme, and then they just have to be like, "Well, this is my favorite thing ever."
It's an uphill battle.
I'm gonna
I
ride
don't give
for
a
this.
shit.
I think we might. I think Nickelback might be hitting the Smash Mouth arc.
Yeah.
Where they were a meme for
For
so
sure.
long that now people are just like fuck with them heavy.
Are people fucking with Smash Mouth right now?
Yeah,
I was a
people-
huge fan
Well,
of
the
Smash
dude's
Mouth when I
not
was a
in it
kid.
anymore. The main guy.
Smash Mouth kind of drove me crazy because like when Shrek became a meme, I was like, okay, this is funny in like 2017, 2016. And then when people still make Shrek jokes, I'm like, have you had like any personal growth at all as a person?
I kind of like the commitment to the bit though. Like if you commit yourself to a meme from like 6 years ago,
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome, dude.
I saw
I feel like
this
that's a
thing
good
on
move.
TikTok about Shrek, and I didn't realize like how intense the making of Shrek was. That it was like 10 years in the making.
Oh yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like so much money and like
Chris Farley was going to be the original Shrek.
yeah, and he like recorded all the lines basically
Yeah.
for it. And they
Wait,
had-
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He
shit.
had like 90% of the lines, and then obviously he died. And then so
Rest
they had
in
to
peace.
R.I.P. They had to pivot to my man Mike Myers.
Which I mean,
Changed
fantastic.
the game.
Yeah, great.
Which is
voice.
a crazy pivot. You go from Chris Farley to Mike Myers, which is like two, like I guess similar, very bombastic people, but not like that similar.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the movie would have done as well if it was with Chris Farley. And Chris Farley's
neither.
great. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
But the Scottish accent really just changed the
Yeah,
whole
kills
movie.
it.
Yeah,
really put
yeah.
it over
Speaking
the
of that, the fucking new Puss in Boots movie was maybe one of the best movies I've seen in like
I keep
5
hearing
years.
That's
that.
what my brother said. He said it
I
was
keep hearing
awesome.
that.
It's fucking amazing,
I
dude.
drove past the theaters and I was like, "What the Puss in
It's
Boots solo movie?"
So, dude, it's so. Oh well, there's the first one. The first one was really good.
didn't know
I thought this was
is
the
the
third
second
one.
Is it the third one? Oh my
don't know.
god!
I think it is the third one.
Oh really?
I think it is.
Okay,
yeah.
well, this maybe the best like animated movie I've ever seen.
Isn't it like cell shaded almost?
at
Like it,
points it is. It's a mix between 3D and cell shaded. It's fucking.
Oh,
nuts.
that's awesome.
It's so cool.
Did you guys see that Eddie Murphy commented on? He said, this is true. Off the heels of the success of that, he's down for a Donkey Solo movie.
I was actually just about to bring that up. I was like, Donkey Solo movie would go insane.
I think they should do that. Kind of build out the Shrek
could call it
cinematic universe, and then we just come back.
Dude, they could call it Don Quixote. That's an easy.
They just bring it back for Shrek 5 or
Dude.
whatever we're at.
all right. What do y'all think about Fiona?
Think about what?
Fiona.
Fiona.
Oh, Fiona.
Honestly,
is she bad? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. You like
She's kind of bad.
you like Shrek Fiona or do you like regular Fiona?
I think I like Shrek Fiona better.
Shrek Fiona.
Yeah.
That's been a big conversation that's happened recently. If you like Shrek Fiona or regular better. And the thing is, like, I think in terms of like princesses in a lot of movies, like she is the most like realistic looking. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what an English princess probably would look like or something. But like
The Shrek Fiona or the regular?
the regular Fiona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like and very regular looking person. But like in terms of like the canon of like princesses, I think she's like C tier.
I
Yeah,
can see that. That's fair.
I can agree with
kinda-
that.
Shrek,
Kinda mid.
Shrek her, like B+ tier.
Okay.
Shrekker seems kind of cool.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
I'd be down to chill with Shrek.
I would like be
Fiona.
down to go to like a Buffalo Wild Wings or something with her.
Just smash some half price boneless wings and
And
a
if she
few
does
tall
like
boys.
those crazy burps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like she definitely smashes like the full glass of beer, like the really tall one.
Yeah, no, I was about to be
Chugs
like,
them.
Dude, did you do the same thing? Were you like a Buffalo Wild Wings like after 9 o'clock type person?
no, but when I was a senior in high school, I would get out of school early, and sometimes we would go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and it was always the worst experience ever because the wings taste like glue.
Yeah, 100%.
They literally taste like glue.
Yeah.
And then we would just like hang out at Buffalo Wild Wings when I was like 17.
It might taste like glue, but man, I'll eat 50 Asian
Dude.
Zing nuggets right now.
I had one of the best parties I've ever had at a Buffalo Wild Wings. Not my own personal party, but this dude. So my friend worked in a kitchen for years and years, and they called him El Leche because he was a really pale white kid, and everybody else he worked with was Mexican. And we used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings with all of them. But one guy, one time, he came in and everybody was cheering. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, he got his green card, and I was like, what the fuck? That's awesome. And
Yeah.
I was like, good job, dude. And he like fist bumped me. And then that man proceeded to buy everybody like 3 rounds of wings and everybody's drinks and was just partying his ass off so hard that he got kicked out of the Buffalo Wild Wings at his own party.
Oh, damn.
The fucking
How do you
man,
kick
though.
that guy out?
yeah,
That guy's
dude,
a
that's
legend.
like that's like a extreme.
Wait, so
I mean, he was going.
They were
real
celebrating
nuts. He was
his-
fucking with people playing Top Golf. They got mad.
They were celebrating his green card. That's what he picked.
Yeah,
was
he
like,
got
Buffalo-
his green card. Yeah, Buffalo
Did he
Wild
work there?
No. So he. No, he worked with my friend in a different kitchen. We used to go to
Oh,
Buffalo
okay.
Wings afterwards. Yeah,
Oh, okay. That's the best. Like, have you guys ever work in restaurants?
yeah, of course.
I like the after work drinks, the best. Oh, love it.
Dude, when I worked in the restaurant, was I 21 yet?
Which restaurant?
The pizza place.
I don't know. I don't know if you were.
Because I remember I would never do
don't
the
think so.
after work drinks, but
Yeah.
there was a house that we all went to go to hang out at.
Well,
They're
And,
yeah.
and it was just like I would get off work, immediately get a 30-pack, and just go straight to that. I wouldn't even go home. I'd just go straight to that house.
When I was like 16 or 15, I worked at this restaurant. I still work there now. I'm not going to say the name of the podcast, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But I would like, our dishwashers were from Laos and they were like 65, 70 years old. And they would get like a 6-pack of Budweiser every single night. And they would give me one and they would pour it in a plastic cup. And then I would sit outside the restaurant and just drink Budweiser out of a fucking plastic cup.
You want to know something fucking crazy? I worked with 2 people that were the main kitchen staff. They did all the prep work and everything. That
Yeah.
were also from Laos, and they used to drink Budweiser and have like giant soup containers. And
Yeah.
they would just make like crazy food back there for themselves. And I was like, "Could I have any?" And she was like, "No." And I was like,
Really?
"Yeah." They're called Ma and Pa. I don't know their actual names, but that's what they called them.
The girl that I work with now, she makes this crazy food and she gives it to everyone.
Oh, dude, family meals at restaurants is the
Oh, love it. They don't really make food for us at my restaurant.
that fucking sucks, dude. Family meals is like what I looked forward to. That kind of shit was cool.
They
Like,
would just make food for you every day.
Yeah, all the time. I worked at like an authentic Italian place, and they made a bunch of just like pasta or whatever.
Like the pre-opening
yeah.
meal that
Before your
everybody
shift,
eats,
they would
yeah.
have a giant like basically crater-sized thing of pasta, and you could just like scoop out whatever you
That
want.
rocks.
That's so
awesome.
sick. What would be like your after work drink when you'd go out?
Oh, dude. So when I worked,
I know this guy's drink
I know it already.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I was like a big vodka cranberry, but I did trash cans for a while. But
That seems like an old school
oh,
thing.
rum and Coke, right?
Yeah,
that
rum
was
and
my
Coke.
fucking
Double lime, that's
right.
Max's
Rum and
go-to.
Coke was my go-to.
Rum
for
and
a really
Coke,
long
double
time.
lime.
Double lime, rum and Coke, double lime was my thing for a while.
I'm not a mixed drink person like at all.
Yeah?
I'm like a beers and shots.
Beers and shots. Are you like a beer shot like deal type person?
I was at one point in my life, but I've worked through that. I don't have those demons anymore. But
Bowen Jameson type?
I did it. Yeah, I got into like a Irish whiskey phase like 2 months ago, and I was like, "This is awesome. I'm gonna be like a whiskey aficionado forever." And then it just turned out to be the worst period of my life.
Dude,
I was about to say, Mike literally same thing. Pandemic Mike, he got like the things where you get the custom ice cube.
Oh yeah, I got real into whiskey over the pandemic,
yeah.
and I would literally just stay up until 4 a.m. playing RuneScape and drinking whiskey.
That's the fucking
That
life.
sounds great.
Well, I would drink whiskey like it was beer. I'm like, oh, I can just drink like 4 or 5 of these and nothing will happen. And then I'm like, oh, I am blacked out right now.
Yeah, you got to be real careful. Me and my dad went to a whiskey tasting for I think it was like Father's Day or something, and we went to Sagamore, and they like do their tasting, but they don't give you like little things.
No,
It's
give
like
you a
just a
snifter,
full
yeah.
ass thing.
Yeah.
And like we were supposed to do something afterwards,
You're like,
and I
I
was
can't.
sitting there and I was like, "This is getting to be a little too much right now."
Did Big T get fucking black?
Nah, he was fine. I was just like,
You know what I need to do? You know what we need to do? I was thinking about Big T the other day a little bit.
That was a Fiona burp.
Right?
We need to honestly give Big T like all of us individually like $200 and be like, go gamble this and make us like millions. Because that man,
Yeah.
dude. So his dad, Mr.
dude,
Tony,
he's so good at gambling.
He's a legend. But every time we go
What's
to
he play?
anywhere,
roulette.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's like a casino gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not like I don't know if he's like an often gambler, but every time he
not
does,
really.
he makes tons of money.
Yeah.
For some
That's
reason.
awesome.
It's fucking nuts. Some people are just like that.
Dude, I
He
wish.
just watches them.
I'm starting to get good, but like I'm not that
Get
good.
good.
And I'm not that good.
I'm not a casino gambler. I'm like honestly, I would say sports, but I could go on a whole rant about how I think betting football is a fucking scam, a sham, all of it.
I went on a rant about that in a different podcast.
It pisses me off because I'm used to betting horse racing. I'm a huge horse racing fan, and I would just bet it like crazy. I'd win so much money.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, damn. So I bet $10 and then I win $20 in football. This is fucking lame. I could bet
It's so dumb.
$10 in horse racing, win fucking $200.
My take on it was like how casual gambling is now has gotten everybody like a more mild to severe gambling addiction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But like also like I don't know, be like an old school gambler. Like put some hair in your chest and bet on like horses and dogs. Like don't bet
Yeah.
on like human beings.
Don't bet on dogs.
Don't bet on human beings.
I was an
Whatever.
old school gambler.
Yeah, don't bet on dogs. I'm sorry. But
I was
you
an
know
old
what I
school
mean.
gambler when I was like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
And there's this kid I worked with, and he was like, hey, I have a bookie if you want me to hook you up with him. And I was like, fuck yeah. And it was just some kid in Florida that I would like log into like this shitty website that was called bet365.ag.
Oh, I know what that is. Yeah.
And then I would just have to Venmo him all the money that I would owe him, and he would just message me back and be like, lit, bro, thanks. And I'm like, this is soul crushing.
This sounds like what happened to everybody with that crypto. That one dude in Florida that lost like trillions of dollars of people's crypto money, and now he's like gonna go to jail because
the guy that's in the Bahamas?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy.
What if it's the same guy?
That was just the beginning. Yeah.
This one's a little more sad. We know this kid that we went to high school with that is on disability because he's like severely mentally ill.
Okay.
And he
Good
will
start.
keep. Yeah, this is a great start. He will have like $20 left of his disability check, and he'll go to stake.com and play blackjack.
Okay.
And he'll get up like $3,000.
That's awesome.
And he'll be like streaming it online, like on Discord for people to
Yeah.
watch. And like my younger brother will like go in there with him sometimes, and they're just like screaming, like, "Dude, cash out!" Like this is like 2 disability checks. Like you are up so much, and because like he's like an insane person, no offense, he'll just be like, "Watch me bet all of it," and then he'll literally just bet a $3,000 hand and lose all of it. And they're like, "Dude, you went from $20 to $30
Yeah.
to $3,000. Now you have nothing."
He's a
Dude.
businessman. He's thinking of the future.
He really is. He one day
Generational
You know the
wealth,
meme
yeah.
of like the guys mining, and he's like right there.
Yeah.
and that's him.
I'm so lucky. Every time I go to a casino, Beck's with me because that's literally how my brain works.
Yeah,
It's like I'll start winning and I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna keep going and then it usually ends up I don't have anything left. So
well,
like,
you saw what happened to me when we went last month.
yeah,
Dude,
I was up, and I didn't know when to walk.
I just like going to a casino and watching like the little Korean ladies just pop quarters in there for like hours. On end and just observing like their life. Like, what life are they living that now they're just sitting here with a little visor, just popping quarters?
Dude,
endlessly.
that's like every old person. Every old person just loves slots. They're just fucking killing it on
It
slots.
honestly is like a nursing home in there. Sometimes you walk in and you're like, Jesus Christ.
One time I was at Horseshoe and we were like in the outside like smoking area, and one of my friends was smoking a cigarette, and there's this lady and she comes up and she doesn't even ask for a lighter. She just points at the lighter and goes,
She knows.
Yeah.
She's like, my friend was like, all right.
I can't wait to get to that level of just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, every time I'm at a casino, there's always a guy asleep at a table. There's always just somebody asleep.
Yeah.
The gnarliest thing I've ever seen gambling is on my way home from Vegas, going through the Vegas airport, a girl half asleep, bent over the slot machine, just pulling the lever. Just half asleep, not even looking at the screen, just pulling the lever.
Is that like a lifetime of gambling or just like a drug? Like, what is that?
I think in her case, it just looked like a rough weekend. A rough weekend. Yeah. But like,
I mean, that could be all of us at one point.
Yeah.
True.
Do you think she jumped off of a parking garage at the end of the night?
Stop.
All right, hit me with a clip or something like that.
My cousin did that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's okay. I can laugh about it now.
Did he make it? All right, anyways.
I don't think he intended to.
You never know.
It is
There we go. That was great.
Usually I'm the one that brings everything to a screeching halt.
I thought I'd tag in for
No,
this
it's
one.
amazing.
How old are you guys?
34. No,
34, okay.
27.
27.
28.
You're
28.
28.
Yeah, I'm 28.
Okay.
I forgot.
I was going to say, because I feel like there might be like some generational differences, because I'm 22.
Yeah, I forgot.
So
You're a little younger. Yeah.
When I was in middle school, you guys were probably out of high school, maybe?
Graduated. Me and Mike graduated 2013.
Oh, I would have graduated already.
Max in 2012.
School, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 2012 I graduated. Yeah.
Damn. I was in.
2013.
Yeah,
I
that's when
graduated in
started.
2013.
Yeah.
You're making me feel old, like careening towards 30 every day. I'm like, this is a nightmare. But then it's like,
Hey, dude, my brother turned 30 last week.
He's killing it.
yeah. No, I
I
mean,
can't wait to be 30. It seems awesome.
That's what I'm kind of ready. Yeah.
Yeah, you just get like into the Grateful Dead and IPAs and fucking.
just really into pigeons playing ping pong and like flip flops.
Yeah. That does sound. It seems simpler.
Dude, there's a sick show at Meriwether Post Pavilion. I don't know if you've ever been there. Have you ever listened to that album?
Yeah, it's this band called Fish. I don't know if you guys know.
Have you ever been to, dude, I did have a guy.
It's called Ballyhoo.
I did have this older dude that's super into jam bands, and he used to cut. He only worked one day a week. His name's Mike. He's the man. He actually listens to this podcast, so I hope he hears this because I love him. He's from Long Island. He's the most New York dude I've ever met in my life, really. But he loves jam bands, which I think is a funny combo, being from New York but loving jam bands. Like, this band fucking rocks. But like, I did in Boston a little bit, but.
Sounded like Bill Burr.
A little bit, yeah.
That was pretty good.
Sound like
Yeah.
Bill Burr.
I haven't really tried. I just went for it. But he tried. He for months and months he tried to convince me to go to a Fish concert. He was like, dude, like it is the most like transcendental experience I've ever had in my whole life.
Doubt it.
He's like, I just get so fucking high and just like chill with the waves. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking?
Yeah, I don't think it's Fish doing that to you.
This is the thing.
drugs.
I think it's nitrous.
No, I'm not here to shit on jam bands because I'm sure I like.
No,
really
we're here
shitty
to
music.
shit on jam
Okay, yeah, jam bands.
I
suck.
mean,
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Grateful Dead's got a couple tracks. I'll give them that.
I'll give him that.
A couple tracks.
Couple tracks.
Yeah.
Casey Jones is a track.
Oh,
Casey
yeah.
Jones is a track.
Box of Rain?
I like the people individually in the band, but like the band together, I'm just like Bob Weir put out a good album like 2 years ago, but like I don't really listen to.
They're
like,
a band that like a lot of bands do this for me, where it's like I hate the people, but like the music. You know what I mean?
I'm the
There's
other
a
way
couple-
around with
yeah.
it. For some
Like you
reason.
don't like the culture surrounding the band.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna be
get
honest.
it.
There's a couple hardcore bands that are kind of like that.
Yeah,
Where you don't like the people in the band?
Or no, I just like it's like the fandom. It's more like the people that are like the, and I'm just like, ugh, like it makes me not
was
want to
gonna
like
say.
check it out.
That's when you like just are like whatever. I just like what I like.
That's how
It's
Grateful Dead
important.
is. I just feel like people like it's more like the fandom.
I feel
It's
like
not
I
the-
don't even really have that much hate towards Grateful Dead. I think I just felt betrayed by them as a kid.
Why?
Because
They stabbed you in the back?
No, I saw their artwork
Jerry
and I was
Garcia is
like,
my enemy.
oh shit, this shit's got to be fucking crazy. The
True.
artwork is wild. And then being like, oh, that's what it is?
That happened to me with hardcore when I was in like 9th grade. Before I even knew what it was, I followed someone. They were like taking pictures at a show at Charm City Art Space. So I looked up the bands and I was like, oh, they're screaming. I don't like that. But then later I got into hardcore.
He's like,
because
what's
all
he
my
so
friends got in.
angry about?
Dude, my mom on the phone, who like me and my brother have played in bands, listened to that music for decade and a half at this point.
Yeah.
She still the other day was like, yeah, you know, when I saw it, like she went and saw you guys at Metro Gallery or whatever, she was like, I still don't understand. Like, I mean, the music's good. Just why they could do all the screaming.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Everybody's parents
and
are.
I was like, Mom, like you're still like you're usually pretty down with it. Like
What drives me crazy about people like that is they'll be like, I don't understand all the screaming and heavy music. And then they'll be like, yeah, my favorite bands are Dave Matthews and Pearl Jam. And they're just,
You're good with like scatting in your music is like cool, but like screaming is like not. I get it, sure.
I'm like, Mom, you love Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're like, fucking suck dick, California. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, speaking of Pearl Jam, there's a funny meme going around on TikTok of people recording themselves in Skate 3 and making their character look like Jesus and then doing like Christ airs over like giant like gaps and stuff, and then just Pearl Jam's playing.
that's awesome.
So awesome.
That's awesome. Dude, when's
Like
the new
he's-
skate game coming out?
Like a while. They've been working
I'm
on
excited
shit
for that.
forever.
Yeah.
It's fully announced. I think it's like in the process of being made. I don't know.
I didn't like the like Jimmy played Session or like Skater XL.
I hated that.
Shit's
I couldn't
clunky
fuck
as
with
fuck.
it. It was
Hated it.
clunky.
Yeah, I was not a fan.
The games are supposed to be fun, not like intuitive. Like I don't need to like feel like an actual.
I'm gonna be
skater.
honest. I hate the skate sims where it's like each thing controls one foot.
Dude,
Oh,
Well, that's how
that's
skate
the
is.
worst.
But skate's like you can still
Kind
do
of.
like
You
crazy
can still use
shit.
like It's more like the motion, the flick of the joystick.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
feel like I'm skateboarding. I don't know how to skateboard, so this is why I'm fucking playing the game.
That's why Tony Hawk's the best because I can just
True.
like do like a fucking McTwist over a like
fucking
flying a
Nada spin
helicopter.
over a monster truck and fucking
Exactly.
dude, Tony Hawk's Underground played such a pivotal role in my childhood, or just like in my life in general.
best
When I was
soundtrack ever
younger,
created.
the best soundtrack.
Is that the one
ever.
with American Nightmare on it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a great game. But it like influenced so much a lot of my music too. Like I think Children of Bodom was on there. Like there's a lot of weird stuff on there. There's
Dude,
a lot of fucking sick
Underground 2, I played a lot as well. Underground 2 was really
You
funny.
know a weird dark horse pick, dude. My favorite was American Wasteland.
American.
Oh,
Wasteland
that's a
is your
good one.
favorite.
Yeah.
I don't.
That is
I,
a good
I
one.
only think I played like a little bit of American Wasteland, but I remember the My Chemical Romance cover
Yeah.
of Astro Zombies.
Oh,
Misfits.
Yeah.
You know what the best soundtrack ever is? This is really weird. Nobody else will actually have any connection to this whatsoever. But there was a game. MLB put out a game in 2008 or 2007
the
or 8.
show.
Yes.
What- oh, wait, which
2007 or
one?
8. It's 7 or 8. But it had Under Oath on it. This was before they were big. This is when I was like 11 or 12, probably 12. It had Under Oath on it. It had for some reason The Cure on it. It had Haste the Day on it. It had
Fuck yeah.
Bullet for My Valentine on it. Children of Bodom on it. It had The Used on it.
damn.
Listening, which is a cool song, an underrated song. That's a weird one to have on
Damn.
there, but great song.
Damn, this is a cool
It
ass
was
baseball
fucking
game.
sick. It's one of the best soundtracks ever, and it's in a random MLB game that I used to play a ton when I was a kid.
I had a similar thing with, I think it might have been MLB The Show 09 with Dustin Pedroia on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great soundtrack because it was just like The Strokes and like Arcade Fire.
That was when indie was like a.
That was my favorite genre growing up.
Exactly.
I loved it. And like that game, I was just like, at that point in my life, I was like, I can't wait to be older and like in the area at Camden Yards where everybody drinks beer. Like, you know, those Budweiser commercials that are like, cheers to the good times. And everyone's got like a plastic cup of beer.
Hell yeah.
I was so excited to do that. I honestly, like, I was so excited to drink beer as a younger kid. I would get on Tumblr and just look up pictures of beer and be like, that's going to be me one day.
I'm gonna smash an IPA one day.
Dude, speaking of like that era of music, I feel like our like generation, it was like you're like in late middle school, early high school, you smoke weed for the first time. You're like, my new favorite bands are Kid Cudi, MGMT, Mac Miller.
Dude, I remember I was full into that. Like I was like super into
Little
Vampire.
Passion Pit,
Vampire
Crystal
Weekend.
Two-Door Cinema Club.
Yeah.
Cinema Club.
Oh, that's a.
See, this is the one thing we were talking about, like generational things. You're like 6 years off from me. Did you have a MySpace or any of that
No.
stuff? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, I made a playlist that's literally called MySpace, and it's all the songs that I've had on a playlist on my MySpace for years. But like, I feel like that somewhere misses certain people. So like, when I was 13 or 14, yes, all that stuff was coming out, but I was also like, Dressed for Friend Request is like one of my favorite songs.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
What is that? Who's in that?
So that's what, yeah.
Drop
Dead
Dead Gorgeous.
which is like
I thought you were gonna say Dropkick Murphys.
I did have a Dropkick Murphys
be a
thing for
lot
like a couple
cooler.
months.
That would be
Yeah.
Brian.
I did too.
Brian seems like someone that loves.
Oh, he
Dropkick Murphys,
dude.
yeah.
He's seen them like 15 times. Yeah, he'll be my friend.
I feel like
Brian's
I
gonna be
know
on here.
somebody who like religiously goes to see Dropkick Murphys on St. Patrick's Day.
I feel like one of your cousins for sure.
That was like my hype song
I don't think
last
it's one of my
year.
cousins. I
Was
think
it?
it's somebody.
Dropkick Murphys.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was my hype song last year.
hype song meaning what? Like before you go out, like
Yo,
for your
yeah.
set, like
Yeah.
what are you doing?
No,
with
it was just like before I went out drinking.
Okay.
Because there was like the night before St. Patrick's Day, I put my friends onto the Irish car bomb. They had no idea what it was. And I was like, you guys need to try this. And they were like, holy shit, this tastes like a chocolate milkshake. And then we were like, you just want to do them all night long? And we
Yeah.
did. And we got fucking like hammered, blacked out. And I had to go work at the bar the next day at 10 a.m., open to close. And the first thing we did that morning was an Irish car bomb.
Just gotta keep it rolling.
You're just like, all right, I'm good.
I was just drunk for 2 days straight.
so good.
That rules.
Someone tried to fight me that day too.
Really?
Yeah, I was someone at my job. I like bumped into them, and he, like
Someone you work with. I wasn't expecting. Yeah. Someone you work with was like, let's fucking. Today is the day. You're like,
I don't even know how I should be telling. I don't give a fuck. You know.
it is what it is.
I mean, so he like, or I bumped into him, and then he came up to me and he shoulder checked me, and he was like, "Phew," and I was like, hey, what's that about? And he goes, you're a pussy. All right. You're a fucking pussy. All right. I want to fight you. And I was like, why? I don't understand. I don't get this. And then like his girlfriend was younger than him. So
Yeah.
I made a joke and I was like, hey man, like, I'm sorry your girlfriend broke up with you to go to senior week, but you don't have to take it out on me. And then he was like, we need to go outside right now. And I was like, I'm not fighting you.
Oh
Dude.
my God. I feel like dudes with people have a weird perception of dudes with mustaches. They're like, if you have a mustache and you're a pale dude, you're a pussy. And it's so funny to think about like the 50s where like all the tough guys were like dudes with pale dudes with mustaches.
Yeah, where they're just like, put him up. I've never been in a fight. I've never been in any fights, I
Really?
don't think.
You want to be in a fight?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, hell no. I think I was in a fight once in 6th grade. There was a kid in my class, and he was talking to me in gym class. He was like, hey, that kid in your English class wants to fight you, and he hates you. He's talking shit about you. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
He's talking about me?
Also,
I don't think I've ever been in a fight either. The only fight I've ever been in was a like 15-second situation at a Devil Wears Prada show.
really?
That sounds like
Fuck
the
yeah.
beginning of like a Zine.
It was
A
the
zine.
Dead Throne tour,
Oh, okay.
and I was
there.
climbing on people like in the crowd.
Yeah.
And I guess I hit some dude's girlfriend with my foot, and he drug me down into the crowd, put me in a headlock, and just started punching me in the stomach. And then some person that we know that like from around here like broke it up. I basically just got my ass beat during Devil Wears Prada.
I don't know if I've gotten like fist fights with my brother, but I don't think that counts.
You two are both emotional fighters. I feel like you
Yeah.
two both get red, like see red.
red.
Oh
Like,
yeah, my
that's your
face gets
thing.
red, and I like
Yeah.
almost
And I'm
cry,
like,
and then I fight.
I go like
somebody.
impervious to pain.
Well,
Yeah.
they had to like convince me to fight this guy. Like the kid in
not
front of me, he was like, he's talking shit about you. You got to do something. Like, well, what should I do? And he goes,
Right.
you got to go rock him in the face. And I'm like, why? I don't fucking understand this. So I was, and then a bunch of other people were like, you have to fight this kid.
to.
And then I punched him in the face, and he was like, I can't fight back because of my religion. And I was like, what? I was like, what religion are you? And he was like, I'm Catholic. And I was like, that's not a thing, bro.
Yeah.
I one time, I've only gotten to like a couple fights in my life, but one time I got into a fight in middle school and I decided I finally was going to punch this kid. And I was like 12 and I like sort of like meekly punched him in the stomach.
Yeah.
It was really shitty. And then I just like put my fist down and I started crying and I was like, this isn't for me. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never really. I'm more of the person that like when a fight happens, I go and I watch it.
Oh, yeah.
I like watching
100%.
people.
That
fight.
happened at my high school. There's this kid who was like, everyone hated. And one kid was like, I'm going to fight you after school. And the whole school wanted to see this kid beat up. So the entire school walked to an empty parking lot. And there was like 50 people there just watching this kid get beat up.
We used to be able to like sit outside during lunch,
Yeah.
and there's these two kids that were like beefing really hard,
I remember this.
and they fought, and the one kid just absolutely hits this kid so hard it sounds like a cinder block hitting concrete, and he falls. And then like an hour later, we see a helicopter land in the football field, and they took him off.
No, and then it gets crazier because he like fell, hit his head on concrete. Then a week later, they both have the same lunch again, and they fight.
Oh,
Again. And then the kid that won the first time gets on top of the kid, starts hitting him, and then the school cop comes and tries to rip him off, and the kid straight up elbows the school cop in the face.
Yeah, those kids never returned to school.
No, never.
We had another kid that got his ass beat. I think I know who it is. I'm not going to say his name. And then a few weeks later, he killed his dad.
Yeah. Yeah, that did happen. That was rough. That was
Violence.
rough.
That's what put him over the edge. He lost that
There was
fight.
a fight. It was like 4 girls fighting each other, and like the way our school was shaped, it was like a coliseum. Like all these people could like sit on top of these stairs
Yeah.
and look down to where this fight was happening.
Yeah.
And it was like 4 girls just like absolutely just fucking each other up, and it was insane. And all these teachers were trying to get in on it, and they were like throwing the teachers around and shit.
Oh, God.
And like everybody was around it like a coliseum, just like just like freaking out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fights in my school. My school was honestly fucking crazy. It was awesome.
Yeah, where'd you go?
I went to Perry Hall.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where'd you guys go?
C. Milton.
C. Milton.
Bel
Okay.
Air.
I went to a
Yeah.
couple of schools. I went to John Carroll and Pattersonville, which is very mild schools.
Yeah, Perry Hall was awesome because it wasn't like there was a lot of like crazy kids, but there was a
Yeah.
lot of just like weird kids in my school, and I was always in class with them, and I loved them, and everyone would be like, "Ew, that kid's weird," but the kid would just be like, "I learned fedora tricks today."
Nobody liked standing next to the kid that smelled like cat litter, but I kind of did. I was
I
like,
did
I
too.
fuck with this weird kid. I think
Yeah.
he's cool.
There was a kid in my class that was like a hacker, and he hacked into all of the school's computers, and he just smelled horrible.
Oh my
There's
God.
a kid that we went to school with that showed up in a 3-piece suit and a fedora every day, and then became a pyramid scheme person.
And just message everybody on Facebook like, I got a great business opportunity for you.
But he also still smells like pepperonis for some reason.
100%.
He has He smells like pepperonis. He has like a pocket watch too.
Oh, yeah.
You open it up, it's just a pepperoni inside.
And like anytime I would go back to where we grew up, you would just always see him walking around. Like always
That's a
walking
great
around.
vibe.
Yeah.
That's how I was for a while because I just got my license like last week.
No,
Yeah. I got my
Yeah,
license
yeah.
when I was 22.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly it sucked not having a license for a really long time.
I'm
But now that I have it, I like drove to the mall the other day by myself. I was like walking around. I was like, this is so depressing. I was supposed to do this when I was 16. This doesn't even make sense.
Now you can go nowhere by yourself. Basically.
Yeah. I went to White Marsh Mall the other day and I was outside of the Foot Locker and there was a Lids right next door, which Lids one of my favorite stores ever. So funny.
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest stores. And there's this guy working at the Lids and he was outside of the Foot Locker and he just kept yelling, yo, his hat is phony. His hat is phony. His shit don't even look right. And I was like, dude, if he is talking about my hat, I'm literally going to fucking kill myself.
Well, Oh, was he?
No, he's talking about a mannequin's hat.
Remember when you could get?
Why are you mad about that?
Yeah, this fake person has a
Then
fake
he
hat.
he started like getting up in the window and like pointing at it and being like, "Yo, shit, your shit doesn't even look right, bro." Like,
What drug is that? That's awesome. I want to be
Yeah.
confrontational to mannequins. That's fucking
You guys remember the clown that used to be at White Marsh Mall?
Yeah, dude, that was like the coolest.
I
It's
have
a core like
Yeah.
Baltimore County memory.
I have a crazy story about this, and she retired, so I can tell the story
yeah.
because I know that clown.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. No, so
Do you need to talk?
so my ex-girlfriend when I was in high school, her mom's friend was the person that was that clown.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a conspiracy theory; it's a real thing. Usually, like people tell you high school stories and they're bullshit, but I actually asked her mom like a couple years ago, and she said, "Yeah." But that woman was like an undercover police officer.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's
That's
a real
Oh,
thing. Yes.
shit.
Undercover police
Holy
officer.
shit.
So she was older, so they wanted her. She like wanted to do something outside of work or whatever. And she was like, "What could I do to just like make people happy?" So she became a clown. But they're like, "That's a good opportunity. You can still have a job here and also do that." So yeah,
She
it
could
was
be
a-
like low key
Dude,
Spec
I've
Ops.
gotten so many balloons from the Spec Ops clown. That's
wow.
Spec Ops.
Was she there in case like shit went down? She could like reach and just
Yeah.
pull out like a water gun.
Imagine committing a crime,
like
you get arrested
bang.
by a crowd.
She pulls out a gun that has the flag
I'm
come
not
out.
clowning around now, dude. She has a gun that just goes bang and shoots out one of the like flag things.
What kind of crimes happen at White Marsh Mall? Just like shitty
A
weed
ton
deals?
now.
Yeah, that you need like
Yeah.
a Spec Ops clown there at all
Yes,
times.
I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe they're trying
it's
to bust
mostly just
something.
like people fighting and
Yeah,
like stealing
loitering.
shit.
I think she was older, so it was one of those things where it was like, if there is a presence, then like it like is a thing.
Yeah, I mean
Damn.
it's the same shit that like when we used to go to the mall. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
People get in trouble for the same stuff, like getting into fights at the mall,
Mall cops.
stealing shit.
When I was in elementary school, there was this kid in my class, and this was 5th grade. He showed up to school and he had porn on his PSP, and he was
Fuck
like, "Yo, check this out." And I was like,
Dude, that rock.
"Damn."
No, I can one up.
XNXX
I can
on the PSP.
one up. There was a kid on it was in 4th or 5th grade that printed out a picture of porn, like on computer paper.
Wait, was he selling it to people?
Yeah, and he was like, "Come here," and he was like, "Wait, let me tell you this off mic real quick, Mike." Doesn't that make
I can
so much
still hear
sense?
that in here.
I still heard that in
It's
here.
all right.
We have a
I think
beep
he's been to
thing.
jail a couple times.
We can beep it. We can beep it.
Nah,
It's
we're
fine.
gonna leave it in. It's fine.
Okay,
He
cool.
finally gets internet in jail. He's like, "I'm gonna check out this podcast."
He gets like 2 hours on the iPad. He rented out. Like, fuck.
Yeah, but the kid that had like the porn on his PSP, he would talk about like he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have sex at White Marsh Mall."
Holy shit.
Like,
I'm gonna get head in the lids.
yeah,
That would be sick.
yeah, getting dome at lids.
Yeah,
I feel like there's like a pun there, but I'm just too lazy.
That was the joke that I
some
set
lids.
up, but I didn't know how to
I'm
finish it.
I'm getting dome in the zoomies dressing.
Yo.
Honestly, optimal place.
PacSun.
Oh, PacSun's a vibe.
Whatever happened to PacSuns? I feel like
Dude.
Zoomies just took over that lane.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer's.
Dude, Spencer's rocks. I'm about to go to Spencer's and get a 3XL ICP t-shirt.
I'm all into like Stitch gear now because I think it's so weird that it's so popular. The movie came out like 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
And it's always just like a shirt with Stitch, and he's like, "I'm weird." It's like, dude, no, you're a fucking freak alien.
Oh my god, dude.
Go to FYE, get some Funko Pops.
Oh, I went to FYE the other
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Tons
FYE's
of-
got some good stuff sometimes. Not
A
gonna lie.
lot of Stitch stuff.
Yeah.
Me and my friends have this like joke that Stitch would be like the worst friend to hang out with ever because we would just be like, where do you guys want to go like to eat? And then someone would be like, I don't know, like Italian. And be like, Stitch, where do you want to go? And he'd just be like, we're just like, dude, can you be normal, please? Like, can you stop being such a fucking weirdo?
Like every time I ask you where you want to go, you're just like, It's like, what are you doing? Dude?
And then you eat everything in my fridge.
I saw that they had to like edit Lilo and Stitch. There was like it's like some kind of Mandela.
the word
effect
didn't used to
shit.
be mahalo. They used a different word.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. I was just kidding.
You got my neck.
And, like Max is about to say a Polynesian slur.
Did people say got your neck when you guys were in school?
I said, got your nose.
Yeah, it's weird because neck had like a lot of different meanings. Because if like you trick someone people would be like, "Yo, got your neck."
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
But then also people in my class would be like, "Yo, I just copped neck."
I remember neck as in like that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
There was this game when we were in high school or middle school that was like a guy would come up and like close your fist. And the only way to open it is if you would smack a girl in the ass. I remember some.
I've never heard of that.
I remember some kid did it to me, and I was just like, and he was like, "Dude, that means you're gay." And I was like, "So if you don't sexually assault somebody," and I was just like, "All right, I'm gay then." Like
That was the thing in my middle school. They had like, it's National Slap Ass Day. I'm like, this is not a real thing.
This can't be real.
I remember someone did it to a girl, and I like went up to the kid and I was like, "Hey, that's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that." And I was like, "I'm a hero. I'm a fucking hero."
she's like, "Hey, do you want to meet me at White Marsh Mall?"
I just remember like booking people. That was a funny
that was-
thing.
People was
Flipping the lock.
Oh yeah.
flipping the lock. There's a lot of them. I mean, people would always fuck with people's lockers. You know what I mean? Like if you knew the combo of your friend's locker, sometimes you would just put something weird in there.
Yeah. I mean, like me, Kyle, and like 5 other people shared one locker all throughout high school.
Yeah.
It just had like
Yeah.
10 people's shit inside of
The
it.
first episode of the podcast, we brought that up, and we joked that we were gonna put a hit me with the sensor real quick, Mike.
Oh god.
We were gonna put a in the locker and see who got in trouble for it.
Who do you pin this on? It's like when you're playing Clue with him trying to figure out who had
when
the
I was
gun.
in middle school, there was like a new kid that showed up and then accidentally brought his paintball gun in his backpack, told a teacher, cried, and then got expelled.
What a chain of events.
Told on himself, cried, and then got.
Dude straight narked on
They're like,
himself.
this kid's a pussy. We're kicking him out. Yeah.
It's not even because of the gun.
No, it's because he
love that-
cried about it.
That kid is like trying to almost like subtle brag. He's like, "I like brought my paintball gun to school. It's actually really fucking sick if you want to look at it, but I don't want to get in trouble."
Yeah, it's actually a pro paintball gun.
I had an angel. I don't know what the fuck. Remember that?
Yeah,
Everybody always talks
I
about
remember.
paintball.
Yeah,
It was like
angel paintball
Angel,
gun.
yeah.
I never got
Holy
into
shit.
I never been paintballing.
Really?
Yeah.
Paintball is fun as shit, honestly. It honestly, people, I don't know. I played paintball in the winter a lot for some reason, which is a bad idea because they freeze and they just hurt like shit.
Yeah.
But one time I went paintballing with my whole baseball team, like a whole bunch of kids. And this is like some aggro, like 16-year-olds. So they all had like something to prove for
Yeah.
no reason, right? Because like somebody's friend's sister was there or something and she was like vaguely hot. So like somebody wanted to prove something.
yeah.
But as it turns out, the biggest Chad on the field that day was my friend's dad. So he was he's ex-military and he also wrestled in college, right? So he
I
took
know
it
this
as,
guy's a psycho.
exactly. He took it as a tactical scenario. So he basically, I was doing okay, and I got behind this thing and shot his son. He came up out of nowhere. I don't know where he
Just
came
like-
from. Shot me square in the back of the fucking head. Gave me a concussion.
What the fuck? This is somebody's dad?
Yeah, somebody's dad.
Damn.
He's still. My parents saw him the other day. They're like, yeah, we saw him. He seems like he's doing well. And I'm like, I hope he's fucking not.
He walks up behind you and he's just like, "Shh, we got him."
Literally, that's what happened.
You should have been like, well, when I have to donate my brain to science.
Yeah. Did your dad want to fight his dad?
No, my dad wasn't there. He didn't give my dad. Okay, so like my dad's the best, but also like they're like that kind of shit. He was like, that's just fucking like lame. What are you
would he have
talking
been,
about?
like,
My dad's like
man
too
up
cool for
pussy?
that kind of shit. No, not
Fair.
even that. He would have been pissed if he knew that was a thing. I never told him about it because I was like, whatever. Who
I
gives
can't
a shit?
imagine being like a father and like your kid goes paintballing and another father shoots you in the head.
Execution style shoots you in the head.
Like, how does that conversation even happen? You know what I mean? Like, how do you bring that up casually?
I don't know what happened to my YouTube algorithm, but I found like the most neurodivergent thing ever on there. It was like people that do professional airsoft. That
Oh, that
do
was
it
a
like
big thing
that.
in my
Yeah.
elementary school.
And
Yeah.
like it's all these guys from the UK, and they have like $4,000 ghillie suits and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And dude, one day at work, I was just like, all right, I'm taking this shit for a spin. It was like a 2-hour master cut,
Oh my god.
and it was some of the most
of people just raging.
raging and like
Rage comes.
chirping at each other and stuff like that. Like, I saw you, it got hit, and the guy had like a GoPro on his sniper and like slow mode it. Was enhancing and putting like hit markers and stuff on it. And yeah, and
Do
there
you
was
think
like,
those guys should have real guns?
no,
I don't think so.
You have to register your airsoft gun.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just so you don't get on the
If
other
you spend
list.
more than $500 on an airsoft gun, it negates you buying a real gun.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So I actually have a weird story. So when I was in like middle school, like elementary middle school, my friend got super into airsoft. So this is also another thing I figured out to give you like some sort of background. I used to hang out with the two kids named Wade. They won't watch this. I don't care.
Yeah.
One of them I've now realized in my adulthood was severely autistic, and the other one wasn't. But I didn't know. And
They were both named Wade?
Yeah, they're both named Wade.
Were they related?
Very, very
Wade
nice
and Wade.
name.
Yeah.
But there was Wade Tom. I'm not gonna say the last name. There was one Wade who was the autistic one,
Yeah.
one that wasn't. So I didn't know that when I was a kid though, until he pooped in the pool when we were like 14, and I was like,
that'll do it.
that kind of gave that was
Yeah.
a dead giveaway. But we used to play airsoft in the woods, but they're two kind of slow, bigger kids, and I was really athletic. So because I felt bad for them, used to just like play really slowly airsoft with them in the woods behind their house because I still wanted to play. And one time we were playing airsoft, and in the middle of it, we heard yelling from the house next to them. And it was a house that like 15 people lived in or something. So they had a bunch of various animals around their house
Yeah.
that they had no knowledge of actually having animals really for the most part. Like, where's that one dog? And they're like, what are you talking about? So like, I never really knew who lived there. But they had this cat who had gotten hold of like a bird and it was choking on it. And there was this woman who had no idea what to do. She was just yelling over it. And the one kid that I was playing with, he thought it'd be funny to just like shoot her in the ass while she was screaming about this cat. Stop. Okay, well, I'm not going to finish the story. You don't get the payoff.
No, I like the bird and the cat.
All right. Well, what happened was the cat.
That's true nature right there.
Heimlich the cat, and the fucking autistic kid stepped on it. All right.
He didn't like eat it or anything?
No, he
or?
stepped on the bird. He was like, "Fuck you, bird," and stepped on it, and then shot the mom. It was weird. Yeah.
What's he up to these days?
He probably still lives with his parents.
Yeah, that kid
I'd
didn't really
hope.
have autism.
I'd hope.
Autism, he would have ate that bird.
I think he might have the next step up.
He had fake autism.
He was faking it.
Do you think that's like a thing in the autistic community where they're like, I feel like a lot of people now are like, I have autism because I'm like weird, and then people that actually have are like, yo, you are faking right now.
No, that is a real thing.
There's the meme of people being like, people out here claiming autism like straight edge.
Very true.
So it's like
just go to TikTok. A couple of people got neurodivergent in their bios.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that's when people tag like their entire identity in their Twitter profile. It's like my
that's the
favorite
best.
thing.
That's great.
I love judging people right off of the bat.
Oh, especially with straight edge.
Yeah, no, it's
Are you guys straight edge?
fuck no.
Oh, you guys are drinking Trulies right now.
I was drinking Trulies, and I was like, as soon as I met you, I was like, I'm high as fuck.
I don't
Could
drink.
I have one of these Trulies?
I don't drink, but I used to connoisseur in the weed until it started to become scary.
Dude, we used to smoke so much like questionable weed and go on. We talked about this at exhaustion, but like we used to go on blunt rides a ton together, and the amount of weed we smoked over like a 5-year period was like exhausting.
Yeah.
Really?
It was literally
We
like
used to
took
go
over
to,
our lives. It was like a personality.
Before medical was here, we would go to DC where they would have parties that you would RSVP to,
Yeah.
and then you would it was a donation. So I would pay like $30 for a sticker, but that sticker came with an eighth of weed.
Oh, I've heard about that shit.
And it would be in like a strip mall.
Yeah.
Like an abandoned strip mall.
I didn't really have that when I was younger. I didn't really like drink or smoke or do anything. I started drinking when I was like 18. But once I started, I was fucking balls to the walls. It was awesome. Like, it was so sick. Like the first time I ever got like crazy drunk, I went to senior week. One of the best nights of my life, actually. Well, actually, the worst and best night of my life. And I was like in the car with one of our friends, and it was this girl who was really good friends with this other annoying girl. And I was so drunk, I was like, yeah, you know that girl from our school? She's fucking annoying. And the girl in the car was like, that's my best friend. And I was like, I don't care.
Your best friend's fucking annoying.
And then we stayed at like this weird like house in the middle of nowhere that was like had taxidermy animals everywhere. It was like 30 minutes outside Ocean City.
That
just
rocks.
straight farmland. And there was no Wi-Fi or cell service or
Was
anything.
it like Fenwick? Like that area?
No, it was like
Like Ocean Pines or
no, even further.
further.
Like
We're in really
Holy
niche
shit.
locations. in
Berlin.
Berlin.
Yeah, it was all the way in Berlin. So it was like, okay, we could go to Ocean City, but it'd be a 30-minute drive. Or we could just hang out in this weird farmhouse and get drunk here. And one night we mud wrestled. It was like me.
That's awesome.
It was the drunkest I'd ever been in my entire life at this point. And it was me and my friend David, and we were mud wrestling, and he beat me really bad. And then David got like super into the mud wrestling. He was like, who wants to face me next? I'm the best. I'm the fucking best. And everyone was like, yeah, we're on inside. Like, I don't want to fucking.
He got so aggro, it looked like he was going to snap someone's neck.
Also, I want to say this on the podcast in case David ever watches this. David fell asleep in first grade during a lockdown. He'll like that. That's an inside joke between us.
He wouldn't have survived.
I bring that up to him to this day. Like, we'll just be hanging out, and I'll be like, David, do you remember first grade when you were asleep, when danger was happening?
That's just
You would
defense
not
Wait, you went to
laugh.
Perry Hall, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't that one or no? Oh, that was an elementary school.
No, it wasn't that one. No, he wasn't asleep for that.
I remember.
I gotta wake David up for that one.
I remember.
He was prying it.
I remember. I think this is like a couple years after we graduated. It was during. Remember the clowns? He would see clowns everywhere. There was a clown at our high school, like a couple years after we graduated, like circling the school, and they locked it down for like 6 hours.
Yeah. And me and Mike were like working together at the time, and we were like getting all hyped up. We were like, dude, tonight we get in your car at like 11 and we just go clown.
Everybody did this. We're like gonna go assault some other kid in a costume.
Wait, were you guys just beating the shit out of clowns?
We're trying.
We
We
were
were
trying
trying.
to.
We
Yeah,
never found
everybody
one.
was.
We never found one.
We never found one.
I'm
But
trying
if
to
we
find like a clown that's like, yeah, I'm just laughing at my pain right now. Like those kind of fucking.
Like Joker.
Yeah.
we stepped to
It's like you don't have to, and he just hits himself with like a joke mallet.
all right, we go to step to the clown, but then we realize it's the White Marsh clown. It's just like
She just pulls an AR out of the thing of balloons.
Oh my god!
it's like the mask.
That would be awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't
That would be
really
sick.
fuck with like the clown, like the whole Joker, like I laugh at my pain kind of thing that you see in comedy.
Yeah.
I see that a lot where people would just be like, I'm mentally destroyed. So I make jokes about it. This is what we do. And it's like, no, man, you can just be normal. This is like hugging.
You don't gotta be scary.
Right. Speaking of Joker, we brought this up on a past episode. I saw this clip on TikTok. We were saying that if you're over like a certain age, like 25 or 30, and you do Joker cosplay, then you should automatically be put on a sex offenders register.
Oh, absolutely. You should be in jail. Like not in this country, like in Russia or something. Like,
Be sent to the gulag.
That's when he send you offshore. You're gone.
no coat, nothing. You're just cold forever. But no, you do see a lot of the like clown like shit in comedy. And I remember when I first started comedy, one of my friends said to me, they're like, you know, I think with comedy, like you have to remember that comedians are the most selfish, mentally ill, crazy people you'll ever meet in your entire life. And I was like, all right, that's encouraging.
Like, all right, I don't think I fit
Like,
that.
I don't
my
know.
people.
I think most of these people are pretty normal.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you good? Like, are
You want to like sit
projecting?
down and talk, or
And he just kept being like, you got to be fucking crazy to do comedy. And I'm like, I'm just telling you right now, that's my dream. And he's like, you have to be a lunatic to want to do this. And I'm like, it's not that bad.
No.
Yeah.
You just have to show up to an open mic and then
Right.
maybe you'll be good.
yeah.
I feel like you could say that about anything. Like you have to be a little crazy to like be super successful, but not like to that degree,
Yeah.
you know?
To be crazy successful, you have to be like an insane person, like to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to
Oh,
be
yeah.
completely out of touch with reality to do that.
I don't want to be a billionaire. Not that I really have an option, but
Actually, I don't think I
It's easy
will.
to say.
yeah.
Me over here with my billions of dollars, just being like, it's harder than you think.
Do you feel like if you were a billionaire, you would miss things from like your life before? Like, would you miss just being like, damn, I'm going to McDonald's?
I have a great example of that. Remember when everybody was so like blown away that Joe Flacco went to the drive-thru at McDonald's like all those years ago? Like that sort of thing. Like he's not even a billionaire. That's just like a quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
like-
McDonald's doesn't stop tasting good.
No.
Right, right.
You're just
No.
like, you know.
None of that stuff stops.
I think
like
I would
just gets
miss.
stuff
I
sent
think
to
if
him.
I was like a billionaire, the one thing I would miss is like working at GameStop and getting Little Caesars on a midnight release.
Oh yeah.
That's like oddly specific. Like out of everything, that's what you pick.
It sucks that GameStop's going down.
It's like a time, formative time. You know what I mean? Just
I feel you.
just grinding at the GameStop.
I still love going into GameStop, just looking at games. I never want to buy them. I'm like, that would be cool.
Dude, they're so sad. They're all like falling apart. The shelves are falling off.
Yeah. There's toys everywhere now for some reason.
The arc of GameStop's so weird because like it was dying and then the GME thing, like Diamond Hands started and then fucking people were like, is GameStop going to come back? And I was like, no, it's still a failing company. It was just a bunch of idiots on the fucking internet pump their stock.
Weren't they trying to like make like a used game marketplace thing that was going to be like the thing that saved them?
Wait, like with online games?
I think so.
How would that even work?
I have no idea.
They wanted to do like game streaming like GameFly tried to do, but they fucked that up.
GameFly.
Yeah, I love GameFly.
Remember we could order Netflix DVDs to your house?
Yeah.
I used to get video games from the library.
Oh, same.
That was awesome.
I used to do that.
I used to burn CDs from the library.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude, I used to go to the library with a friend of mine to play RuneScape on the library computer.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've thought about going to the library recently. I'm like, damn, I just want to go and like write jokes somewhere. I'm going to go to the library. I haven't done it yet, but maybe I will.
You should. On
I
those,
feel like that's
old-ass
got to be a
computers.
great place. You have like such a surplus of like knowledge.
And just like people watching too.
Yeah.
Going through joke books, like, all right, what can I?
You're like, how to be funny for dummies.
And you just get
And you're just over there just pounding the table every time.
you just form like a 35-minute set on like a historical book.
Yeah, no, I feel like looking through joke books is kind of like painful because people will say to me, they'll be like, oh, what if you lost your joke book? Would everything go wrong? I'm like, no, I think people just have like shitty premises that they could read off. Nothing bad would happen, really. I don't know where it is right now, so I have no clue.
It is what it is. I literally do that for podcast ideas on here. I have so many ideas on there that I have no idea what it means. Like, I just put like notes in there.
Just
like,
randomly putting down something.
Yeah.
I do that with music. I have so many recordings of me going and I listen to it again. I'm like, I don't know what I was.
I was on one.
Found your phone. They're like, man, this guy writes sick riffs, or this guy's fucking insane.
This guy's stimming like so hard into voice memos right now.
It's like this guy was huffing Knox and just like started fucking doing voice memos to himself.
I've heard a lot of music people do that.
Yeah, I always try to do it, but like I think I just like I don't come back to it early enough. So I'll just record it and then listen to it and I'll be like, what was I doing? Like I don't even know how I would even make this into
So were
a
you
riff.
guys all in bands?
We were on the same band.
Yeah,
for
we were
like
in the same
7
band for
years.
a
What
while.
band was it?
Mother Moon.
Mother Moon. Okay,
Yeah.
how did the band go? Like
It was
lots of touring?
A lot of tremolo picking.
we did a good amount of touring and
Yeah.
it was like a black metal doom band.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
where was the furthest place you guys went?
Atlanta.
All the way up to the Canadian lot, like
Yeah.
straight up to Canada.
Basically like from
Went to,
like
like,
New
Kentucky.
Hampshire to Florida. Like
Yeah.
and then we went to Kentucky. So kind of like that whole
Yeah.
region. We would just do like 4 or 5 day runs and
That sounds awesome. I feel like being on tour is probably sick.
It's the best.
Yeah,
we have
it's
so
awesome.
many crazy, like weird, like just weird stories. Like a lot of us being naked in front of each other at like 3 a.m. Like doing a lot of weird drugs and getting drunk in like weird hotel rooms and stuff.
Watching WrestleMania in like a hotel room that we thought we were gonna get killed in. That was
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
hell
cool.
yeah. That sounds awesome. I was in a band for a little bit, but we were really, really bad because I don't know how to sing and I have like no rhythm or anything.
Yeah.
But I was so into hardcore at the time and I was like, I'm going to start like a youth crew band. And like
Fuck yeah.
me and Ethan, you know Ethan?
Yeah.
Ethan and 2 other people, I'm not going to name their names because we don't really talk to them much anymore. It was just, actually, you know what, Zach, my friend Zach was in it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in it. And the band was just so bad because I didn't know how to do vocals. So I would just like speak and it sounded like I was doing slam poetry over what I thought was youth crew music, but for some reason it had panic chords in it.
fuck yeah.
God,
that's
that's
awesome.
so good.
We played a show with this band called Suck a What. And
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know Suck a What? Yeah. Do they listen to this?
No.
Well, if they do,
I just love that name.
if they
Just the
do
way
listen
it's
to
spelled.
this, I don't know if I'm still pissed off about this or if it's still the funniest thing that's ever happened to me.
I'm listening.
we had this intro that was like da-na-na-na-na-na-na, and then I would be like first failure, and that was like our band name. So we played that, and then Suckle What played after us, and they covered our intro. Instead of saying first failure, they went Suckle What, and then they were like suck our dicks, and they told us to suck their dicks.
What a move. I feel like they probably do that with a lot of bands. Like,
Oh,
I feel
absolutely.
like that's like just a thing.
But halfway through their set, it was so awesome because the guy, it was just some dude from Dundalk. He was like, yo, I'm done doing vocals for right now. I'm going to get on the drums, and my uncle Trash Bag Travis is going to come up and sing the rest of
Holy
these.
shit. That's like the most Dundalk shit I've ever heard.
Trash bag
That
Travis,
is
dude.
awesome.
Trash bag Travis.
That was back in the Raven Inn days. You guys ever go there?
Yeah, we played Raven
played a couple
Inn
of
few times.
We played Raven Inn twice.
And nobody wanted to watch us.
Nobody wanted to watch us, and we were so loud that we never got asked to play there ever.
And like,
again.
Shit
No,
was, shit was like falling off the wall.
Yeah, like we like shook things off. Like, so we played a couple like random hardcore shows and like a reunion show there, and we literally shook the whole room so much that like even like some people that we were friends with I could see were like just standing there like they were like physically vibrating. It was like
Oh, that's so
insane.
awesome.
You know how they had like that divider thing?
Yeah.
It was just people standing on the other side of the glass.
Like watching us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you know how it's
Yeah.
like the wood floors and it just.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually like randomly, this is like super random. I think we played one of the first shows there when they started
did.
having shows.
They asked us
there.
to,
Yeah.
Because we played the show at Soundstage, and the guy that ran it, we didn't really know him. He was just like, "Hey, I'm opening this venue that's like my family's restaurant. Do you guys want to play there?" And we were just like, "Sure."
That was my first introduction to hardcore, was going to shows there.
Really?
Yeah.
That
That's
was like
cool,
a time
though.
and place. Like there were some pretty wild shows there.
That like replaced like Charm City. When Charm City died, that like place like for hardcore bands like a few years later. It
Yeah.
was like a 3 or 4 years
It
on.
did
but-
suck because like instead of having like TUI play, we had just
Yeah.
like metalcore bands
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
But there was this band No Option, which they're still a band, but you know, it was whatever. Do you guys know that band?
I, knew that. I remember the
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
When they had their original vocalist, that like when they would play at the Raven Inn, it would go fucking crazy because it really wasn't much lyrics or anything. It was just like hype music and like bouncy parts, so people
Yeah.
would go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And they had like the mics on the side that you could just grab and scream things into. And I remember I was on the side of the stage one time, and there's this kid I went to high school with, Daewon Jet, who is famous for making these skits where it's like one of them, he's like getting robbed, and the guy that's robbing him has a banana as a gun, and he comes in and he's like, "Give me all your money," and then Daewon's like big line is that my banana? And then it just cuts off. One of the funniest videos ever. To people listening to this, check out Where's My Damn Money, Daewon's movie.
Check it. Check
All
it.
right, yeah, watch that.
But while they were playing, it was like a huge breakdown. I just took one of the mics and I was like, Daewon Jet Hardcore. And everyone in the room was like, what?
I think wasn't there like a really wild show there where like Laid to Rest played or something like
Laid
that?
to Rest and like Lifeless, I think. Yeah.
Wasn't there
I
like,
heard that show ended poorly.
well, I was gonna say, wasn't there like controversy with people like moshing a bingo sign or something?
Oh,
like
the
that?
the
Kino.
Kino board, yeah. The Mosh scoreboard.
Yeah, hell yeah. I feel like I'm not a great mosher. I wish I was.
Dude, I'm not a good mosher. I mosh all the time.
I haven't moshed since I was like 17, probably.
Yeah.
It's
Every time I
love it.
mosh,
been
I'm
like
like,
10 years.
I'm like 5'2". It doesn't really go with moshing.
I'm a mosher. I have no style, but I love moshing. It's fun.
every time I do it, I'm like, I look so fucking lame. Ugh.
That's kind of the point. I mean, that's like dancing in any format. Like,
True.
Yeah.
like there's a handful of people that look fantastic at dancing,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, but like, yeah, that makes sense. Like
When
you're
people are
like,
good at
yeah.
moshing, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I see people doing like 360 spin kicks, I'm like, holy shit, that is dope.
I would say fun.
It was really funny because the dude that did the guest spot for Magnitude was like singing like Grandmaster Flash. Like it like when rap first started, he like got on the mic and he was like, here we go, Baltimore, let's bounce up and down.
Fuck yeah.
As we begin to wind down here, I want to do a quick update. Luke, you don't have to comment on this because you weren't in on it, but feel free to give us your 2 cents.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see where you guys were at. We did a pack to do semen retention.
Okay.
And we were just seeing I just want to see where everybody's at.
you guys
Mike, where's your PR at?
My
gone up?
testosterone levels are higher than ever.
Really?
So good.
I heard that if you semen retend for like almost a week, your testosterone like goes up by 400%.
Damn.
It's not.
I'm trying to get jacked, dude. I'm trying to like.
There's no real
I'm
science.
trying to go on natural steroids.
There actually there is science behind it. Yeah.
But what I will say is like, we made a pact to do semen retention for 10 days and we all failed like 3 to 5 days.
I made it like 49 hours, I think. Like, and then I'm not gonna lie, I've never gone 24 hours since. So
I'm still keeping it going. I'm going strong.
Mike, dude, when was the last time you cranked?
Well, I always got to think that hard.
Do you guys have like a Jeopardy sound effect?
Like,
We said that you were allowed to, have sex, but you were allowed to crank.
Mike's face is frozen. He's like,
Dude,
oh,
I think Monday was the last time. Yeah.
Saturday? Okay,
like
that's
6
pretty
days.
good.
That's pretty good. That's
And then
pretty good.
before that, was it a big stretch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
He's doing a good job.
Wow.
Let's go, Mike.
Mike like inadvertently killing a porn addiction slowly but surely.
That was a big part of it. We had realized, because we talk about porn on here a lot, that we all have subtle porn addictions. So that was part of it as well. It was like a win-win.
What sucks is like I'm pansexual, so it's like I have a whole swath of things to choose from. So like 45 minutes of me jerking off is me trying to figure out what the fuck to watch. Like, what am I in the mood for today?
Yeah.
Like you're scrolling a menu.
It really is. There's some websites that have the option you can switch between each each thing.
I did that the other day. I was like, the browse is taking longer than the act. Like, what am I doing?
Sounds like biblical. It sounds like a verse. Pornhub 316.
I'll have to talk to my work about that. I got a scripture for you guys.
Do you work at a church?
I do. Yeah, I legitimately work at an all-black Baptist church.
What do you do?
I'm like the office, like administrator. I just do like the day-to-day operations. Because it's like it's been around. I'm not gonna dox the name, but if you go to my Instagram, you can figure it out. Because like you'll be like, why does a pastor follow God?
Yeah.
It's basically just like it's like a super old. Like it's been around since like 1874.
Damn.
It's super haunted, by the way.
Do you go to church?
No,
Are you religious?
no.
Oh.
It's just a good gig.
Oh, damn.
I had lost my job like during the pandemic.
Don't they like that you're not like?
Oh, they hired me because I'm not religious. They don't want someone that's like involved.
How come?
Because they said like the past like administrative people have been like too into the drama and like they're working with like self-interest basically. But I don't really care. I just want the job. I treat it almost like a business. I don't even think of it as like a
That's how church should be.
business. A business. Pay
Yeah, that hasn't been the pitfall of the church for years.
So I mean it's a good gig. I have like insane health insurance. I have like a month's vacation every year. So
He works for the church. I work at a weed store, and he works for the government. It's like we're covering like the holy trinity of like places you could have
cover
jobs.
all bases here.
And I work at a bar, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
All of us
four.
end up there.
Yeah.
I work for the man.
The man. I work for the man.
I
work for
the big man.
The real man.
I literally have stick it to the maniosis.
All right. Well, as we wind down, I think this episode will be coming out on February 27th.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we have one more that will come out on Monday before. We do every 2 weeks. So,
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So if there's anything that relevant to like after that date that you want to shout out or anything.
Yeah, no, I will be at the Auto Bar for the second Saturday shit show on March 11th, and I'll be at Max's Tap House March 4th. And I'm trying to think what else. April 9th, I'll be doing a spot for Jeffrey Amos at the Port Comedy Club. So those are my dates coming up. Oh, also April 11th, I think. I'll be at Cult Classic Brewing Company in Denton, Maryland.
Hell yeah.
Hit him with some air horns.
Yeah. I think we should put like a graphic up.
Yeah,
before-
we'll make like a little graphic
like
or something
earlier
like
in
that.
the episode, so it has your dates when we
Yeah.
start.
Yeah,
the
I can do
podcast,
that.
so,
And then do
yeah.
you want like your socials and stuff? Does that help? Or
You can put me at Luke Dolan too, or,
Word.
Instagram's my only social I use. I don't really fucking use
All right,
Twitter.
in the description, I'll make a graphic. It's something on the screen as well with these dates and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, it was great having you. Please.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hopefully you can be whenever you want rotating fourth. If you ever
I
wanna come
appreciate
on.
it. That's so sick.
plug some
I was
stuff.
worried how this would go. I was like, damn, am I gonna fucking bomb?
Nah, I mean, we talked for like literally an hour before
Yeah, we
even
did one
started.
before
We were
ours,
just
so.
chilling. So yeah, that's just all it is.
That's
Plus
like
I-
an episode for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, like when we first started this, we like even though the three of us have known each other for so long, it was still like kind of awkward. But I feel like we're just we know the groove at this point, so it's
Yeah.
gotten better.
You know how
so.
like some podcasts people will be like, oh, that's the friendship simulator for when you don't like have any of your friends around you listen to.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you guys became that for somebody?
That's cool.
That's cool.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Kinda,
yeah.
And that's
It's a
kind of
little parasocial.
little
but
parasocial,
yeah,
but
That's cool.
and that's kind of why we set it up the way we did. We were like, we just want it to look like you're chilling in somebody's apartment.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
It does look like I'm chill.
Yeah.
I want to be part of somebody's like random like Monday morning when they're driving on a commute, just like listen to some
Yeah.
buds talk about some semen retention.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get like too into their life because
No.
then they'll be like,
I
you
kind
know,
of do. I want them to like start sending me threatening emails.
I want like two friends that like watch this. Like, dude, you guys hear what Mike said?
yeah.
Like first name basis. That would be great. That's like what I want. Also, you know, I got to do all the housekeeping stuff.
Yeah.
We're almost to 100 subscribers on YouTube. That's pretty cool. So if people can go ahead and do that, we got some pretty good Spotify numbers as well. We have a post randomly on Instagram that like I didn't do any promotion or anything. It just hit the algorithm. It's got 4,000 likes. That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah.
So you know, keep, especially the people that were commenting on Nickelback, just keep the discourse going in these comments. You know,
Yeah, keep fighting with each other.
Keep
on the
fighting with
internet.
each other
It
and,
fuels our podcast.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things to say about Nickelback, but you have to come to the Auto Bar on March 11th for me to engage in them.
There you
So
go.
yeah,
Exactly.
I think it's March 11th, or I don't know. Let me look at my phone.
We'll post an updated one if it is
Yeah.
different.
Let me see.
Is it upstairs or downstairs?
It's upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word. What? Maybe we pull through for that.
Yeah. I'm doing a show tonight too. Fuck yeah.
We're at.
Zizmos.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that.
Last show. Well, not last show, but the show I did before there, some girl just threw up everywhere. And it was all white and milky. And this guy was like signing up for the open mic. He was like, hey, my wife like threw up, so I have to like fucking take her home. But could you put my name on the list? And I was like, you're just not going to be with your wife? You're just going to leave her at home to do open mic
She
comedy?
ate some bad clam chowder.
He's like, I do this quick spot real quick.
It had a bad cream of crab soup.
Bad cream
Hell
of
yeah.
crab.
All right, Mike, hit me with some kind of crazy combo on the way out.
Go to the other page. Hit some weird
It's about
stuff.
drive, it's about power. We stay hungry. Boobies.
All right, peace.
Peace. See ya.
Never mind.